All right, I want to take you through. We're going to take a look at Screencastify Submit. If you're not aware, the what's happening with Flipgrid is that it is being taken by Microsoft, and so the site Flipgrid is no longer available, and it's part of the Microsoft suite. So if you're looking for some alternatives, Screencastify Submit is a really good alternative for being able to do those video type assignments where you have students either share their screen, or if they're just recording themselves, or doing both. So if they're doing like a presentation or a tutorial of some kind, you can have them use Screencastify Submit. And what's really nice is that you can integrate it with Google Classroom as well. So this is kind of once you create an account, this is the Screencastify dashboard for Submit. And there's a couple different things here. Like in the Discover area, you have the some different things for videos for just to learn a little bit about what's available or what you could potentially use it for, which is great because it's not just like it's limited to students. There are other uses for it too. You could use it for staff, letters to parents, things like that. In the My Videos section, this is actually where you can record a video, and you can go through. There is an extension. You can't see it. I do have the extension installed already, but there's an extension for this that you would use, and you kind of see the drop down right here, and this is what it would look like if you were popping up and you were recording something of yourself. So this would be more like if you want to communicate something out to students and put it in your Google Classroom, or something like that. You could do that through here. There is a little bit of a limit. Like if you can see here 0 of 10 free videos recorded. So one decision that you would have to make is whether you want to pay for it or not. They do withhold some of the features, like they limit your space. I know with things like the premium library is not available, which is kind of nice because if you have, if you want to be able to use videos from a variety of sources, like say like TED or Khan Academy or YouTube, you would have to utilize the upgrade for that. And if you do the edit, where you can edit your videos, you'll notice here that there's a limit of 30 minutes. So it's kind of one of those things where you have to make a decision about what you might want to do with that. And then you get to the submit part. So this is kind of the part where you'd have students completing assignments. So to create an assignment, you just use the new assignment button, and this would be where you can put in whatever the thing is. So in one case, if it's just like an introduce yourself type of thing, maybe you choose to not do the screen and the webcam, but it's just a webcam recording. And this is, students recording themselves with their webcam to introduce themselves, say to a new class or what have you. And then there's 2 ways that you can share. One of them is to just generate a link. So one thing you can keep in mind is, like, if you have a different LMS, a different learning management system like Schoology or something like that, you could still just generate a link as opposed to connecting your Google Classroom. Obviously, if you already use Google Classroom, the integration there is going to be the best way to do it, because then you're just able to upload directly and students will find everything there. They can click on it through Google Classroom and submit everything. So it's really handy for that. But it's not the only way, right? So you can generate a link and then students can click on that. Now, you can choose the privacy. Anyone in my domain is kind of the preferred way to do it, because you don't really want... The domains are protected for school, so you want to probably do that. And then privacy. This is one where you can decide, based upon what you actually have the students do, that would be up to you. So, like, if you have something where it's an introduce yourself, maybe you want all students to be able to see that, so that they can see what other students are putting out there, as an introduction. But if it's an assignment and it's a presentation and you want the student to just be sending it to you, maybe you just put that they can't view the videos for this particular assignment, right? So for this one, we'll choose that. We will do it ungraded. So you can kind of see here, there's a drop down for ungraded, but you can put in points. So if you wanted to do like 10 points or something like that, you can. No big deal. We'll do ungraded just because of the nature of this assignment. And then the email notifications are nice because then when students submit, you'll get notified. So that's kind of nice to have on. But if you don't want a bunch of emails, then that's fine too. If everything is set up, like if we're good on this here, the instructions are going to be important. They're not required, but you're probably going to want to put some things in there just to direct the students as to what they're supposed to do. But if all is good, then you can click create and share. And what that's going to do is the link is already here. However, you could copy directly from here and put it into a learning management system. But what I want to show you is if we go back, if we go to our submit section, this is the one that we just created. And so if you want to, there's a couple things you can do here in the actions area. There's the link again. So if for some reason, that popped up, you accidentally clicked off, just go to the submit section and go to that individual assignment and you can copy the share link. You can preview the assignment, you can go back into the editing, or you can close the assignment. So if you no longer want to accept submissions, you just hit close assignment and then it's closed. The submissions actually get put into here. And what's really nice is whenever the submissions are made, when you first create a Screencastify submit assignment for the first time, because of the connection between Google, what it'll actually do is it'll create a folder right away in your Google Drive. And then for each assignment, it creates a subfolder within that. So if we click here, okay, we can actually click view submissions in this area to take a look at the submissions that have been made. Okay, that's a little loud. That's a previous one. You can view the submissions there. Okay, or what you can do, it is, as I mentioned, there's the Screencastify submit folder that was created. So this is the area where we just created that folder. Now nothing's in there because no submissions have been made. If you look at our area where the submissions are here, in this area, there are no submissions. However, like here, I do have the one which is from the 26th. That one I can go into and you'll see that my video is there. So in other words, when you share the link with students and they're in the, when they do their submit, this is where it'll get housed right here. So you'll see it within this folder. And again, you can create your different submit assignments and then you'll see them funnel into this area. Now the last thing is this. So if you connect your Google Classroom like I have here and you're creating an assignment, what I like is that with the integration you can instantly grab whatever one that's going to be a part of. So I could put it in like the Screencastify demo, no topic, you can put points, you can put a due date, schedule it for later if you want to, and then the same thing applies. So you just do like a example. We can say we want to put it in the Screencastify demo. It's for all students. Let's say it's due Monday, and then we could create and assign. And what I want to show you is that so you could go straight to the classroom. However, if you're coming back, into Screencastify submit, what I would actually do is we want to click here on submissions and it's going to open up your Google Classroom directly, which is great. So if we look at our Screencastify demo, this is the one that I just put in that's due October 7th. So students would click on this in their classwork area and they would click here and then they would basically get signed into it and then they would do their recording. And as I mentioned, it gets funneled into that area that we talked about. So it's connected to both your classroom and your Google Drive. So again, another really good way to use something like Flip to be able to create student assignments, have them do things with their screen with presentations, or their webcam and their screen. But it's really great. I've enjoyed using it, and I encourage you to spend some time to check it out. Thanks.